Hey guys, it's me Narfan. Welcome to the Universe Grew. Today we're talking about toxic relationships and how to deal with them. In my 6 years on YouTube, the number one complaint that I've heard from you guys over the years has undoubtedly been toxic relationships, family members, friends, co-workers, keeping you from having peace in your life or living your best life forward. I think all of us have been there where we have had to deal with a difficult or toxic person in our lives, and I've definitely been there many times in my own life. And over time, I've learned how to deal with these things, and I wanted to share kind of my experience with you guys. So the number one mindset that has helped me overcome toxic people and relationships is the belief system that relationships, all of them, are optional to me. Yes, you heard that correctly. I know this is going to be hard for people to believe because relationships and family and friends are so hardwired into our brains as being the most important people, and you just deal with it and you stick it out. But oftentimes I feel like these mindset or these rules are created by difficult people to make us stay in difficult situations. So the number one mindset that has helped me overcome my own toxic relationships and difficult people in my life has been the mindset that all relationships in my life are optional. Yes, you heard me right. I know that this goes against pretty much everything we've been taught in our lives, but I have the strong belief system that relationships are supposed to enhance my life, not destroy them. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't have relationships with people. I do have relationships, obviously. I do encounter difficult people, but because I go into the situation or the drama or whatever it is, knowing that I have the option of not choosing this relationship, it makes it so much easier to deal with it because it puts the control back into my life. Even blood-tied relationships, I feel, are optional in my life. Just because I was born into a certain family or anything like that does not mean that I have to let that family member completely destroy my life. This has been such a game changer for me because now I have the people that I choose to be in a relationship with. I have wonderful, amazing relationships with those people, and the ones that were difficult, I'm still cordial with them. I see them at parties or things like that. I ask them about how they're doing and things like that. But I have chosen to keep myself out of their drama and out of the toxic negativity that they have in their life. What I believe is that you have two options. Either you can distance yourself from that family member or friend, meaning that you only see them once in a while at parties, you only call them when there's life events like births or deaths in the family and things like that. Or you can choose to be surrounded by them, especially if you don't have a choice, like let's say you live with that person. Then you can choose to distance yourself from the drama. These are both things that I have done in my life over and over again, and trust me, it always works. It's your own mindset. If you cannot allow somebody to get to you, if you can not allow them to ruin your mood, if you cannot allow them to ruin your life, they can't. All of these things are only in our own head. And one thing that I've learned is that toxic people like pushing other people's buttons. They like getting under your skin. So if you can kind of disable those buttons, and they will notice that they're just not getting to you no matter how hard they try, trust me, they're going to move on and find somebody else to harass, because this is something that I have experienced in my own life. Once you disable your push buttons, there's nothing anybody can do to you. My number two mindset that's really helped me throughout this process is that know that other people have certain expectations of you and they see you in a certain way. And this has been an interesting thing for me because most of the time how other people see me is not how I actually am or how I see myself. Maybe they see the real me and I don't, but the point of that is that just because somebody sees me a certain way or expects me to behave a certain way does not mean that I have to actually behave in that way. Those are two different things. And the way I see it, the problem is in that person, not in me. So if they are expecting that I behave in certain ways or not say certain things or wear certain things or eat certain things, that is their problem, not my problem. So in this scenario, you have two options. You can choose to live your life according to other people's expectations, experience, or you can choose you. So again, this puts the choice back into your hands. You don't have to be somebody else's puppet. You have the choice of saying, I'm sorry that you see me this way, but this is how I actually am, and this is how I actually will live. So choose you. And I've learned that people who are genuine, who really love and care about you, will stick it out and will want you to be who you really are versus how they see you. So this is one where I don't apologize. I am who I am. Just because somebody else has a certain expectation of how I should be living doesn't mean I have to live that way. They have the right to their opinion, but I have the right to my life. Number 3 mindset that has helped me deal with toxic people and toxic relationships is the mindset that I do not own other people. This, if I could choose one most liberating thing in my life, it has been this. When I realized that I do not control other people, I do not own other people, it in turn taught me that, guess what? Other people do not own me either. For those of you that read my book, you know what I'm talking about because I talked about that in my book. So the first key step in here is to realize that you don't own other people and stop controlling other people. And the reason I say this is because what you do and what you think cannot be contradicting each other to have a real set like mindset, right? So if you are saying, hey, I'm a free person, I can make my own decisions, but your actions are that you're trying to control your child or your spouse or your sister or whoever, then those things are in huge contradiction with each other, obviously. And I think that the first step is to let other people be the way that they need to be, the way that they need to live. Liberate yourself from all that responsibility, and then you would notice that your own mindset starts to shift and you feel like, wow, I am in control of my life. Just as I do not own other people do not own me. And it is a huge liberating effect. And the number 4th mindset to kind of go along with that is that people will come and go in your life. They are just seasons. They're there for a reason, a season. You know, some people will just come and go, and that's okay. Yes, it's painful when certain people leave, but we do not own them. As you go throughout your life, people will come in and out of your life. There is no point in denying change or transformation. Some people will come and stick around for a couple of seasons. Some people will stick out for a couple of decades, and that's okay. People change, they come, they go. I see it as a fluid kind of transaction. And I honestly believe that I can have a wonderful life experience regardless of whether other people are in my life or not. And this is a key factor. I'm not saying that people aren't important to me, but I'm saying that this mindset is important because I realize that that person is in my life and they may not always be, so I need to appreciate that and they need to appreciate me. Because I think when we fall into this trap of that we own people or they're stuck with us or we're stuck with them, I think we take people for granted, we don't appreciate them, and we drag along relationships that don't really matter or have passed their expiration date. So believe me when I say this, that if you can switch your mindset into thinking that, you know what, yes, it's going to be painful when certain people are not in my life anymore, but that is just a fact of life, and that we do not own people. They do not belong to us. Nobody owns us. And I think when you have these mindsets, your relationships just transform because everybody all of a sudden is there by choice. Nobody's controlling you. You're not controlling anybody. And relationships just become a lot more fun when everybody can kind of take control of their own life versus having to please other people. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite and how you deal with toxic relationships in your own life. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching. Before you leave, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos from us. Here's some other videos that you might enjoy. And as always, I love you and take care of yourself. Bye!